Your identity has already been breached. You just probably don't know it yet. Now, you might be thinking about those huge data breaches that make the news, the ones hitting millions of people at once. This is different. This is happening quietly, it's personal, and honestly, it's a lot more dangerous. Account compromises have shot up by an insane 389%. But it's not because hackers are smashing through digital walls anymore. They're just walking in the front door with your keys, your perfectly valid credentials that they've stolen from somewhere else. This is all happening because of a growing trend where scattered bits of your stolen information are being collected, pieced together, and weaponized against you. It creates something I call the identity density gap. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how this gap works, explain why you never got a breach notification, and give you a concrete plan to shut it down for good. For years, we were all taught to see data breaches one way. A big company gets hacked, they lose a bunch of usernames and passwords, and sooner or later, we get that familiar email telling us to change our password. While those mega breaches are still a thing, they aren't the main way your identity gets compromised anymore. The game has completely changed. Today's biggest threat isn't a single loud event. It's a slow, quiet collection of your credentials. Attackers aren't just trying to guess your password with brute force attacks. Why bother? It's much easier to get your real valid login info through 1,000 tiny cuts. We're talking about slick phishing emails that trick you, keylogging malware that records everything you type, or just straight up buying your info from password dumps on the dark web. The result? Attackers now prefer to just log in as you. It's the path of least resistance. When a hacker uses your real username and password, they look exactly like you. They blend in with normal traffic, they don't set off alarms, and they can operate inside your accounts for weeks or months without anyone noticing. To your bank, your email, your social media, it just looks like you're logging in. This is why logging in with stolen credentials now accounts for over half of all observed attacks, and those attacks have a staggering 85% success rate. When the attacker has your key, the door just swings right open. This shift from hacking to logging in is the core of the problem. It's quieter, more personal, and a whole lot harder to detect. You're not just a random line in a stolen spreadsheet anymore, you are the specific target. And here's where it gets truly scary. The reason you don't know your identity has been compromised is because it isn't happening in one clean shot. It's happening through what I call the identity density gap. Think of your identity as a puzzle. One piece leaks out, maybe an old password from a forum you used 10 years ago. By itself, it's pretty useless. But then another piece shows up in your email and phone number from a hacked online store. Then another, your address and date of birth from a public records search. Then your entire work history gets scraped from your LinkedIn profile. Individually, they're just scattered bits of data. But attackers aren't treating them like separate pieces anymore. They're actively putting them all together. This process is called enriching your identity. Attackers take these little identifiers and stack layer after layer of data on top, building a crystal clear, weaponized version of you. This is a process that can involve billions of data points, like all your known addresses, phone numbers, and even family members, to build a complete digital twin. This enriched profile is so much more valuable and dangerous than a simple password. This is the identity density gap in action. The void between the small, isolated data breaches you don't worry about and the fully formed, weaponized version of you that's being traded on the dark web. And because this profile is pieced together from dozens of sources over time, you never get a single breach notification. No one company can warn you that your entire identity has been stolen, because no one company ever had it all in the first place. It was assembled in the shadows. With this complete profile, attackers can do more than just simple fraud. They can impersonate you with terrifying precision on WhatsApp or LinkedIn. They can answer your security questions, breeze past verification steps, and convince a customer service agent that they are you. They can open new bank accounts, take out loans, or even commit crimes in your name. Just as this problem was getting worse, a new accelerant got thrown on the fire: artificial intelligence. AI has basically industrialized identity theft, turning what used to be a manual effort into a massive, automated operation. Attackers are using generative AI to write phishing attacks that are almost impossible to spot. The days of goofy grammar and typos are over. AI can scan your social media and data from past breaches to copy your personal writing style, your habits, and even mimic the way your friends and boss talk. Some phishing campaigns have seen their success rates quadruple by using AI. But it's so much more than just emails. The most chilling development is the rise of deepfake phishing. All it takes is a few seconds of your voice from a video or a social media post for an attacker to clone it and use it to leave voicemails or make calls. We've seen shocking cases where this has cost companies millions. In one attack, an employee got a voicemail and an email from their CEO. The deep-faked voice was a perfect match, and the email used the executive's typical phrasing, even his usual typos. The whole scam worked because it felt completely real. This tech is also being used to fool the very security systems meant to protect us. AI face-swapping tools can be used to get past the liveness tests that many banking and crypto apps use to verify you. An attacker can use a deepfake video of you to open a bank account or apply for a loan, and the system is none the wiser. This is what we're facing. A threat that's not just using our stolen data, but is using advanced AI to bring that data to life, to speak with our voice, and to wear our face. Okay, that all sounds terrifying. And it is. But the fear you're feeling is exactly the motivation you need to take back control. You are not powerless here. You can fight back, and it starts now. Here is your clear 3-step plan to close that identity density gap and lock down your digital life. Step 1. Build your fortress. First, you have to make your core digital accounts as tough to break into as possible. This is all about building strong walls. To start, you must stop reusing passwords. It is the #1 way attackers turn a single breach into a total takeover of your life. Let's be real. The only way to do this is with a password manager. These tools create and store long, unique, and complex passwords for every single account you have. Second, you have to turn on multi-factor authentication, or MFA, everywhere you possibly can. MFA is the single best defense against someone using your stolen password. Even if an attacker has your password, they can't get in without that second piece of proof, a code from your phone, your fingerprint, or a physical security key. A lot of people turn it on for their bank and email, but forget about social media or Amazon. Don't make that mistake. Your goal is 100% MFA coverage. In fact, Microsoft found this one step blocks 99.9% of automated account compromise attacks. Step 2. Activate your digital tripwires. Since we know attackers are quietly piecing our data together, we need to set up alarms that will go off when there's suspicious activity. Think of these as digital tripwires. Your first tripwire is credit monitoring. Sign up for a service that watches your credit files at all the major bureaus. You'll get an alert if a new account is opened in your name, or if a lender makes an inquiry you don't recognize. This is one of the fastest ways to catch financial identity theft. Your second tripwire is setting up transaction and login alerts on your bank and email accounts. Most banks let you get a text or email for any transaction over a certain amount, for international charges, or for any login from a new device. This gives you real-time info. If you get an alert for a login from a city you're not in, you know you have a problem right away. Step 3. Defend against the new wave. Finally, you need to change your mindset to deal with the new reality of AI-driven attacks. This comes down to being vigilant. You need to become radically skeptical of any unsolicited request, no matter how real it seems. Whether it's an email, a text, or a call, if it asks for personal information or tries to create a sense of panic, just stop. Verify that request through a separate channel you trust. If you get a scary email from your bank, don't click the link. Close the email. Open a new browser window and type in your bank's website yourself. You also have to understand that your voice and your face are now data points that can be weaponized. Be mindful of what you're sharing publicly. The more data you put out there, the easier you make it for an AI to create a convincing deepfake of you. This isn't about hiding from the world. It's about making smart choices about your digital footprint. Protecting your identity isn't a one-time fix. It's an ongoing process. If you want to stay ahead of these threats and learn more about keeping your digital life on lockdown, Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We're constantly covering the newest scams and the best ways to keep you safe. The rules of identity theft have changed. It's not about loud, obvious hacks anymore. It's about the quiet assembly of your personal data in the identity density gap. It's about hackers just logging in with your keys and AI making their impersonations more believable than ever. But remember the 3 steps. Build your fortress with unique passwords and MFA, activate your tripwires with credit and account alerts, and adapt your mindset to defend against AI-powered threats. The goal isn't to live in fear, but to live with awareness. By taking these steps, you stop being a passive target and become an active defender of your own identity. You take back control. Now I want to hear from you. After watching this, what's the one step you're going to take today to lock down your identity? Let me know in the comments below. Stay safe out there.